Welcome back, guys.
I wasn't going to say that actually. Welcome back, everybody. I'm not on my own. Filming is tough enough, believe me, without Mickey Taker. We are doing the NORTHCOAST 500. Very excited. We've just gone from Manchester to a little bit outside of Inverness. One hit, 6 hours, no traffic, straight sailing road. Got dark as we were coming into the lovely looking stuff, unfortunately. But here we are. We have nothing planned until we left the house this afternoon. But we have managed to find a spot on the Park for Night website. We are at in a church car park, which is quite creepy actually, if I'm honest. The van being all in black, everything blacked out, all the curtains shut. Took a walk 200 yards away and you can barely see the van is even there. This is our first wild camp, our first free camp. I haven't really noticed anything at the moment. It's actually really, really quiet, well off the beaten track. Yeah, and we are up early and off to, where are we off to?
Wick.
We are off to Wick tomorrow morning. Day one. It's about 7 AM. We're packed up, we're ready to go. This is where we stayed last night. It's in a church car park, like I said, found on Park for Night. I didn't even think about it, to be honest. We pulled up, made a hot chocolate before bed, brushed our teeth, made the bed and went to sleep. Absolutely lovely. I slept like a log, if I'm honest. 6 hours of driving on the way up. I was ready to stop, to be honest, by the time I got here. But here we are. You can just about hear the road. We were parked in that corner over there. And this place was pitch black, so apart from the tiny bit of silver foil in the windows, you couldn't even see the van. It just totally disappeared. It's absolutely awesome. First stop, Rogie Falls. Only pretty much half an hour into our drive, but a must see apparently. Car park's nice and big. People have obviously stayed the night. Gonna go on a small hike, get that out of the way, come back, probably have a bit of breakfast, and then head on to our first stop and see what we can see along the way. We are at Dunnet Beach. We come from Rogie Falls. We thought we'd get some miles under our belt before we had breakfast. We found this little beach in Dunnet. Absolutely beautiful spot. Managed to park right up by the beach. Luck more than judgment. Got a bit of breakfast going on. Love my setup now. Breakfast, coffee, on to the next one. Day one. Not even midday, been up a waterfall, had breakfast by the beach, and now we're at a castle. This place is just jam-packed with stuff to see, probably stuff to do. Not even ventured that, we're only about 100 miles in. It's absolutely lovely, absolutely beautiful. We're running away from the rain. Seems to be that every time we jump in the van, it starts raining, then we get to somewhere like here, and as you can probably tell, I can't even see it. It's so bloody bright and beautiful. Hey lovely. Once again, day one, still at the castle. Want to bring something to your attention. Seems to be well catered for motorhomes. Went for a little village a minute ago when we went down to the beach and noticed real long bays, parking bays in the village, and also bays facing inwards, which then had almost like a massive runoff before it got to the road. Like they were really set back so you could go nose in on a motorhome. And like here, for example, there's a car park well over there to my left full of cars, but here they're allowing big vehicles to park long ways like this. Now in England, and I know motorhomes, caravans, camper vans is their bread and butter, we're on the North Coast 500, but I do really appreciate it, because in England, I have no doubt in my mind there would be cars just poking on end, and if you park this way, you would be deemed as being a bit of a. So here, there was a marshal or a steward at the other end pointing people in the right direction to park on end, so you can just drive straight out. And I think that's classic. I think that's really, really well anticipated. So good tick for this castle. I'll put it down there. Oh, what a day. And just in case midgies come and find me, we've got all of the security defences in place. Citronella candles, citronella burny things, which smell like really cheap rubbish joss sticks, but I'm sure between these and the stuff that I keep spraying on, which makes my eyes consistently run, what's it called? Avon So Soft, Avon Lady junk, which is making me like I've got an allergy potentially.
To be fair, I want to avoid you, never mind the midges.
That's nice. Day 2, nice and early, up and out. John of Groats, the most northerly part of the UK, or the northern easternly point, I think they call it. Now, I'm from the south. I couldn't have grown up further in the south. I grew up in Bournemouth, so what is this northern lady doing bringing me all the way up here?
You know nothing, Jon Snow.
Just been for a little walk this morning, just about to go get a cup of coffee. There's a campsite right on John of Groats. We actually tried to camp here last night, but it was fully booked. Doesn't look like it from looking at it this morning, but obviously people are up and out, plenty of space. It is a big campsite, but obviously very popular. People are in tents, vans, everything. I don't know, GoPro doesn't give you the best view, but that's what they're looking out at. So yeah, like that tent is literally their door is facing out there. Which is obviously very, very romantic, but you are in the Highlands of Scotland, so I'd imagine not for the best purposes. The tent was a bit shaky last night. I love how you totally leave me when I get the camera out, by the way.
Yeah.
She hears the free beeps of the GoPro come on and she scarpers. It is so embarrassing using a camera when you're walking about, obviously, because the wife just totally disappears. My van is considerably more northern than yours. We are at Dunnet Head. So we've just experienced the first like single lane tracks where you got passing points and all that. Pretty fine on the way up here. Ruth's getting a little bit nervous. I feel like I've got it all under control, but we're at Dunnet Head, which is the most northerly part of mainland UK, but not the highest point. I had to get that right on Google, because I thought John of Groats for a second was a myth that it was the highest in the UK, but it's not. So here we are. Say hi, you're on camera.
Hey.
Absolutely stunning scenery, absolutely beautiful. Like I said, this isn't gonna be the best vlogging. I'm no cameraman, believe me, but it is about my trip. I will bring you some stuff that I think you need to know about the roads, certain bits of information, things that I couldn't find the answer to. So yeah, stay with me. Little roadside stop, this lovely little like pop-up coffee shop. The lady owns a farm at the end of the road, so obviously she's seen a gap in the market for it. Absolutely love stuff like this. I'm always getting to like going on a walk and then thinking, why hasn't someone got a pop-up coffee shop? Well, this lady, she's on it. She's there 7 days a week, 10 till 4 I think she is, bless her, 365. lovely coffee, lovely little pit stop, beautiful scenery, and you get to see all the rental motorhomes go by. Crusty critters that way. Hey. This is what it looks like when I'm not wearing merch. Right. We had a campsite booked because this is the first time we've been wild camping and things like that, and it was a bit of a flop. Pictures looked amazing, called Bayview, and yes, it's set in a lovely place, but the bits where you can see the bay are just totally taken up with caravans and stuff like that. So I'll take you over there in a minute and show you where I am from the outside. But we used their services. We still paid them because we booked it, so I still give the lady her money, filled up with water, emptied the toilet, used their facilities, but then literally a stone throw away is almost like a cliff edge, and we're sat there keeping a low profile, no warning out, just keeping ourselves to ourselves, watching a bit of quality YouTubing of Urban Arc Overland. His new video is out, and this is that's literally our front room window. No video, no picture. I'm awful at pictures and videos, but literally you'll look at something, take a picture, and it'll be like, it don't look anything like that. It literally never does it justice, honestly. So any picture that I take, any video that I make, times it by 20, because that's exactly what it looks like. It's absolutely stunning here. So that is camp for the night. Now, we were going to stay in this site here. Two things. By the time we got there, the frontage was totally taken. Second thing, I didn't realise, just walking past now, there's a generator running. How uncouth is that? That's not cool. So yeah, had there been a space across the front, it might have been all systems go. There's a set of pictures behind it, but you know, you don't come all the way to Scotland to stare at the side of a Bailey caravan, or I don't think you do. So this is where we're at. Absolutely lovely. Right, we are just leaving Townmine Bay. Absolutely glorious night. Beautiful night's sleep for both of us. No complaints, no knock-ons, no noise. So glad we didn't stay in that site because matey's generator's still running, which I think is a little bit unfair, if I'm honest. If the coast road was a clock, we'd be at 11 o'clock at the moment, so we are literally at the northeasterly tip. Today we are running down to Ullapool. First stop, Smoo Cave. This is the first time that the sat-nav has probably suggested it's going to be a bit of a tough road, because we've got an hour's drive and we're only going to do 30 miles an hour, 30 miles, so that's literally 30 miles an hour, so that's pretty slow going. So I think it's all about the change. heading into Smoo Cave. Literally there's a car park on the side of the road, signposts everywhere. You walk down about 50 steps and you're in this fantastic little cave. Real tourist attraction. It's not like it's a hidden gem or anything like that, but it's what the co-pilot suggested we do on the way to our first stop, so this is where we are. I'm no kidding, that's cold. Oh, that's cold. Very nice. Very, very nice. Not actually all as deep as I thought it would be. There's my cameraman, lady. A lot of driving today, and I've got to be honest with you, I don't know if I can totally tick the box that we're going to achieve the North Coast 500, because we were going down a single track road and everyone was coming back the other way, and we had to turn round. Basically someone had gone over the edge and caused a massive pile up, so while we could, we spun round. So we cut off about 3 miles, but then we totally made it up by going down a lane that had strictly nothing over 24 feet, I think it was. Ruth really appreciated that. The van was all of a sudden only 6 meters long. I changed the length of the van for the sake of that drive. But yeah, so yeah, that's how easy it is for it all to go wrong down those single track lanes. If someone does really get it wrong, it can be a big problem. But today we have been in the van for almost 6 hours, and that's 6 hours of driving time, because we went everywhere we possibly could. 6 hours of driving time. I'll put a picture on, but I think we achieved just over 100 miles, average speed of 19 miles an hour. So yeah, you don't get anywhere too fast. Not that we're in a massive rush at all, but it is very, very slow going. We're at a campsite now in Old Mare Point, something like that. I'll put the link below. Chance to have a shower and a shower block potentially. The weather has turned horrible. We were going to do a barbecue, don't quite know about that, but we're going to hunker down, drink a bottle of wine, watch some rubbish on the TV, just chill out really, kick back. Good morning, guys. Well, it's actually the afternoon. We have had the laziest morning. We've got no campsite for tonight, so we're going to take our time, get into where we want to finish today, and hopefully just find a nice wild camp. I'm in Ullapool, which is just down the road from Old Mare Point. So we are at Curry Shallock, and apparently the rocks that form the gorge are moin rocks. Originally sands and muds have all of a sudden turned into a professional. No, I haven't. Gairloch, maybe? Gairloch Falls? I don't know. I'll put it down here. I can hardly pronounce any of the places up here. It's a must stop, must see, must do on the way, apparently. Absolutely beautiful. I know for a fact my GoPro won't show you exactly what I can see. I'm not too good at long distances, but it's absolutely beautiful. Starting to take it for granted. Waterfalls, locks to your right as you're driving, waking up with such a beautiful view out the back doors. You kind of keep forgetting because you're just totally spoiled with it. Totally spoiled with absolutely beautiful scenery. Like this. This beautiful scenery. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! This is wild camping, or wild parking should I say, at its finest. We're nestled right back in there as far as I could get her. It's not really a passing place, so we're not breaking any rules, and it's way back anyway. You could fit another sprinter alongside me. We're well off the beaten track as far as the North Coast 500 is concerned, so hopefully, I mean I've seen 2 cars come by here in an hour, so I think it's going to be a quiet night anyway. We're not going to upset anyone. We're miles away from anyone's houses. The conditions are way too rough to even have a fire, even if I wanted one, so we're not going to upset anyone. This is where we are. Like I say, you get another van in it. That's us. We're going to hunker down now because tomorrow we're doing Applecross Pass and my missus can't wait. That's not true. She's absolutely bricking it. This is tonight's wild camp. Only kidding you. We are staying in what is apparently a 5-star hotel. This trip actually happened because our holiday fell through, like everyone else's probably has with COVID and all of that. But me and Ruth were supposed to go on a lovely lavish holiday together because that would be, and this is, the first time we've had time to ourselves with no baby, because my mum, who is the sponsor of the babysitting for this video, is looking after my boy, so he's at home with his Marbe. So hi mum, I'm on TV. So the last night, we're halfway down the A9, we're not on the NC500, that's done, that's in the rear view, that's done, tick. We're halfway down on the long drive home, and we thought, let's stop in a lovely hotel, let's have some room service, let's have some dinner, let's stand up both at the same time, all of the fun stuff. What a lovely night's sleep that was. Proper Bear Grylls it up in a hotel. Right, to summarise the trip, guys, absolutely beautiful. And once again, I am no photographer, so none of my footage, I can already assure you, will probably never do that place justice. Absolutely fantastic. My highlight was probably the Applecross Pass. Of course it is, because it was hairy and it's a tick, bucket list tick, that kind of thing. Yeah, so to summarise the actual trip, bit of consumer advice then. Fuel stations absolutely everywhere. Don't run on red, but you will come across even some 24-hour just pay by card stations. So that wasn't an issue. If you find a shop on your map, assume it's going to be shut, so don't put all your eggs in one basket with the shops, because everywhere seems to be shut or open at random times. So don't rely on one thing, always have a plan B. Make sure you keep your fridge nice and stocked up. LPG, if you're running LPG like I am, didn't find one station the whole trip, no LPG, so luckily it was warm enough that we only had the heating on, tiny bits kicking in through the night. So that's it really. Absolutely beautiful drive. Let's see what the co-pilot wants to tell you.
The midges weren't that bad, which I was really worried about, and the traffic wasn't that bad given that we did the trip in summertime. I'd say 6 days is probably the minimum. I was probably pestering Aidan to stop at a few more places, but we had to crack on. We still saw loads in 6 days, so I think that's possible, but you could probably spend weeks doing it, I would say. Highlight for me as well was Talmine Bay. The beach was stunning, and we camped by the beach that night, so yeah, great trip, massively recommend.
Excellent. So that's Ruth's highlight. Yeah, pretty much what she's kind of get at is you do it any less and you just get burnt out from all the slow driving, because it is slow going, and if you're shooting off here and there doing stuff, what you think is going to be a 2-hour drive ends up being 3 to 4 hours, because you're stopping, starting, going off on a tangent and things like that. So 6 days I would say is a minimum, otherwise you're just going to be literally driving. Thanks for watching. Consider subscribing. Tell the viewers to subscribe. Make sure
Subscribe.
Subscribe. She said so. She's the boss.
Please, because I've had to walk around with this guy carrying a bloody GoPro showing me up for days, so please do that. Thank you.